Texas 2K is the most boring event that I go to, and it legitimately breaks my heart to be making this video because I don't want to be the one slandering such an iconic event, but I also want it to be around for another 25 years. And before anyone comes at me for not liking drag racing, my first big event was flying from Arizona to Ohio for DSM Shootout in 2011. If I'm flying to Ohio, I genuinely love drag racing. But my issue with Texas 2K has nothing to do with drag racing. It's that there's nothing more to it. Now, I know exactly what you're getting ready to type. It's a drag racing event. If you don't like drag racing, then just don't go. But it doesn't have to be like that. And if anything, by adding other events that don't conflict with the main reason that everyone's there, which would be to see really fast cars go really fast, then it can only benefit Texas 2K. And in the past, Texas 2K did have other events, from a road race course to a bikini contest. A lot has changed in the 25 years since Peter started this event. A quick summary for those that don't know, Texas 2K pretty much started out of spite. In 1999, Peter went to Supras in Vegas and had such a great time that he reached out to the organizers to figure out how they could do something similar in Texas. They pretty much just blew him off, which is when Peter said, fine, I'll make my own Supras in Vegas
with blackjack and hookers.
Peter then hit up all of his Supra friends and this email list from the Mark IV Supra forums and started what was then called Supra Nationals. I would have called it the Supra Bowl. So Peter, if you see this, you're more than welcome to use it. Don't worry, I won't sue you. The joke is that Peter is very litigious because he sues anyone that uses 2K in the Texas 2K name. But honestly, I don't even really see that as him being like a dick. It's just him defending what he's built, not wanting others to tarnish his brand, but that's a completely different video. So Peter starts Supra Nationals, and then they start bringing in other cars like R35s, which might have been because Peter bought one, but I mean, who knows? He wouldn't be biased. But then 25 years later, we have Texas 2K, where as long as you're fast, you're allowed in. Even the Hondas. And I say all of that because in a lot of ways, Texas 2K has changed over time, but I would argue not enough. One thing I've noticed is people who go there usually don't go there just to watch drag racing in general, but there's like a few cars they want to see and go follow those races. Sure, this is a generalization, but speaking with a bunch of random strangers to ask their opinions while I was there so I could make this video, that's what most told me. So while they're at the event and their drivers are either waiting to run or have already run, to the members of the audience, there's quite a bit of downtime. Now, at least for the last two events, there was three things you could do. One was walk around the cars and trailers, maybe talk to some of the drivers or mechanics if they weren't busy, but for the most part, the fancy trailer park wasn't really meant for the public. Two, you could go and grab something to eat, and to circle back to making gross generalizations, the food vendors are pretty much just overpriced gas station food. There's a few bangers, but 3 out of the 5 days, I pretty much paid $20 to still be hungry and have self-induced IBS. 3, you can go and check out all the vendors. Now, this year was significantly better than last year because as opposed to the 10 or 20 that were there in years past, this year there was 30 plus. But you can still walk all of them in less than an hour. So let's say you're there from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and unless you're a diehard drag racing fan, if you want anything to fill the downtime, you're going to be incredibly disappointed. And again, I get it. It is a drag racing event, but that doesn't mean that there can't be other forms of entertainment going on to break up the monotony. Peter should change nothing about the core of what makes Texas 2K great, but instead add on other events to keep things interesting. A perfect example of the best event that I have ever been to and will continue to go to is the 1320 and OTL's Ice Cream Cruise. It's only a 2-day event, but it has an 8th mile drag racing, a burn yard, car show, roll racing, and even a dog show. Apparently one of the members of 1320 is allergic to dogs, but noticed over the years how everyone was just bringing their dogs to the track, so he decided to host a dog show. What a brilliant idea. Now, I'm not saying Texas 2K should start having dog shows. With how often the event gets rained out every year, the smell of race gas and wet dog isn't something really anyone would enjoy. Also, when I did this rant on Instagram, Peter was a meanie pants, so I can only assume one thing. Peter hates dogs. Please don't sue me. Now, not only would having multiple attractions going on throughout the day keep everyone entertained while they're prepping the track or waiting for their favorite car to pull up, but it would bring in other car enthusiasts who might not go to a pure drag race. If Texas 2K had a car show, burn yard, drifting, anything outside of drag, you then have people who may have never been exposed to drag racing showing up to one of these extra events, and then spend some of the time at the drag strip. So you're not just adding these events to keep people entertained throughout the day, but now you're doing drag racing community outreach and potentially getting new blood into the community. Here's the photo of the stands during finals of Texas 2K, which I personally took, because if I go to an event, I stay for the whole event. I'm not like those fake car guys that just go there for a few videos and leave. And here's a video of the stands during World Cup finals. Can you see the slight difference in size? Now, I don't know anything about Texas 2K's analytics or whether or not they're growing, declining, or maintaining, but that's not even the point of this video. The point is to say Texas 2K, in my eyes, is a pillar of the car community that I want to continue going to until I'm old or Peter bans me after this video. There is no reason it can't do what so many other car events are doing, like Ice Cream Cruise, like Grid Life, where they're literally reimagining what a car event can be and not doing the same thing that everyone else has been doing for the last 50 years.